Hello, beautiful people. It's your boy, Muyizzi Douglas, educator, entrepreneur, and a proud Ugandan. Today, we are diving into a truth that's no longer just African, it's global. Why every Ugandan and every worker in today's world needs a side hustle. Whether you're an educator in Kampala, a nurse in Nairobi, or an accountant in New York, depending on one source of income today is like standing on one leg in a storm. We can all agree to that, guys. Whether you're an educator, whether what, you need a side gig, a side hustle. So let's talk about some global statistics here across the world. The cost of living is rising faster than salaries, and we all know that this is true. In the US, nearly 45% of workers now have side gigs, and we can all agree that side gigs are important, guys. In Europe, rising energy costs and taxes push professionals to freelance. People begin doing freelance rather than working a 9 to 5. In Asia, educators and civil servants are selling online courses and digital products. We all know that. And here in Africa, in Uganda, the hustle has become part of our DNA, and it is important for every Ugandan, every individual that is trying to, peruse through life to have a side hustle. The difference is in developed nations, side hustles are seen as innovations. In Africa, they are seen as survival. But truth is, both are acts of adapting and adaptations. So, in Uganda today, an educator may earn around 800 to 1 million Uganda shillings. A civil servant may be 1.5 million Uganda shillings, which is quite a very low amount, to be honest with you. But life, from rent to schools to demands, are far more expensive than what Ugandans or the ordinary Ugandan can actually make. That's why we see educators running poultry farms, running piggery farms, civil servants doing printing jobs, a youth turning TikTok and photography into income. And this is where we are steering the boat towards. Everybody is working towards survival, and side hustles are important. This isn't desperation, it is evolution. And if you're not evolving, you're going to be left behind. Every business owner has now become a content creator on TikTok, on Instagram, on you name it, all these different apps. Because in today's economy, if you rely on one salary, you're relying on someone else's decisions towards your future. So it is important for us to have side hustles. So this is the philosophy behind the side hustle. A side hustle isn't just about extra money. It's about reclaiming control, buying your freedom out of the matrix. Buying your freedom out of the matrix. Seriously. So, economies are shifting globally. Technology is replacing jobs. I can tell you of an example of people in this guy, Jeff Bezos' company. Is it Alibaba or AliExpress? People lost their jobs because AI just replaced warehouse workers, the ones who used to package goods in the warehouses and, loaders. So they just got robots to do this. So technology is replacing jobs. AI is changing how people work. Inflation is eating savings. So you cannot be saving money. You always need to be thinking outside of the box. So even big corporations are downsizing, reducing on costs every day so that they can increase on their profits. So skill is the new currency, guys. The world no longer pays for your degree. The world no longer pays for your master's. It pays for value. What are you going to impart into the company? How are you going to push the company that you're working for into new heights, into new levels? And what else can you offer beyond your 9 to 5 or 8 to 5 And I know teachers work from 7 to 9. I mean, it's really unfair. Side hustles create freedom. That is point 3. Financial freedom, creative freedom, mental freedom. You just feel like, yeah, I am capable of doing everything that I can do within a given period of time, like without anyone telling me that, hey, don't do that. Hey, don't do that. Hey, don't do that. So side hustles give you a certain deal of freedom. I used to work in a school as a teacher, but at the same time, I was creating business posters, business cards, you name it, all these different learn graphic design. So that's what's up. Your side hustle might not make you rich overnight. You know, riches don't happen overnight. Look at the people like Wavamuno. They didn't get rich overnight. People like Jeff Bezos, people like Elon Musk, they didn't get rich overnight. But it takes you in motion, and motion is survival. We always need to find ways of doing something. Keep yourself moving. Create a brand. Let people trust you. Let you be a very reliable source of whatever you're offering. So, number 4, what side hustles we should look out for in the world today. Everywhere you look, people are adapting. In Kenya today, educators are launching YouTube tutoring channels. You can create a YouTube channel, you know, as an educator, as a teacher. You need to have your own YouTube channel. You need to have a Facebook page. You need to have an Instagram page. You need to have a TikTok page. Create a YouTube channel. In Nigeria, civil servants sell digital art and ebooks. Write a book about something. Write a book about how you traveled maybe to a place and how someone can survive. So, in India, engineers run weekend farms. Okay, they run something, you know, you have to be doing something on the side. In the UK, bankers are hosting podcasts on financial management. How are you going to manage your finances? How are you going to upscale your business? In the US, even police officers drive Ubers after work. So don't just sit down there and then you think the government is going to help you help you. No, you must help you help you. So if a Ugandan educator sells snacks after class, or a nurse is doing a startup, you know, a skincare brand, that's not backward. That's brilliant. That is brains outside of a box, G. Outside of a box. So, how are you going to choose your side hustle? This is very important when you are anywhere. Step 1, start with what you know. Start with what you know. If you can teach, tutor. If you can cook, sell. If you can speak, create content. That is one way of moving away from your comfort zone. Step 2, leverage your environment, your phone, your neighborhood, your networks. That is your market. The people around you, that is your first market. Step 3, go digital. From Canva design, Photoshop, Favor, gigs to TikTok content, do something about digitalization of yourself. The internet has erased borders. We no longer have Kenya. We no longer have Congo. I have people from Namibia watching my videos, watching my lives, watching this YouTube. Your hustle can go global from your living room. Step 4, don't let your side hustle destroy your main job. Let it build your next chapter. So here we are going to help ourselves shift the mindset in this next segment. The world is no longer a place where one job defines your worth. There are different types of things that can define your worth. It's a world of hybrid humans. Become a hybrid human. If we are talking about vampires, become the upgrade. Shape shift. educators who are designers, nurses who are vloggers, and farmers who have their brands online is the new Uganda, is the new Africa, is the new world. If you don't move, you are going to be left behind. Rapture has already occurred, G. In 2025 and beyond, wealth will belong to the multi-skilled. And we need to be aware of this. You have to be multi-skilled, not just the employed 9-to-5ers. No. So stop waiting for salary review letters. Don't review your own skills. How are you going to improve on certain skills? I want to learn how to do better websites. I want to learn how to become a probably Google tour guide. You know what I'm talking about. Figure out what that means. So in my closing remarks in this long video, where you are doesn't determine how much you will get and who you are. Whether you are in Uganda, whether you're in London, Nairobi, the truth is one. A side hustle is no longer the plan B. That's the plan A for survival, growth, and legacy. That is the new world we're heading into. This is Muyizzi Douglas reminding you, don't just work for money. Make money, work for you. Make money, work for your vision. Comment below, what's your side hustle or the one thing you dream of doing this year? Yes. Thank you very much. Let's inspire each other because the world is hustling and Uganda is not just the only one hustling. So don't get left behind. Peace and love.